Alright, we should be live. What is up, everybody? Happy no, not Wednesday. Happy Thursday. It's been a while since we've done a stream not on a Wednesday. I kind of like doing this. Maybe I'll try to plan to do this every once in a while to have it on an off day, just because I think we might see new faces. Hopefully all the regulars are still able to attend, but then on the different days, hopefully like people with schedule conflicts and stuff like that, they can show up on the Thursday stream. But what's up, everybody? Alright, who do we have first? I know some people saw when the stream went up yesterday, they left a comment, but YouTube doesn't keep everything. So the first comment I see is from this morning from Craig Lilly. Says, yawn, I've been waiting since 3 or 4 p.m. yesterday. Are we live yet? What's up, Craig? How you doing? We had R Flet, who might be late to report this week's tech drama. Because they gotta go to Costco. Heck yeah. Y'all seen the new cookies at Costco? They removed the churros for them. I don't know, I think $2.50 for a cookie is kind of a bit much. And it's a giant cookie. How you gonna sell hot dog and drink for $1.50 and a chocolate chip cookie for $2.50? That's as much as a slice of pizza. But anyways, what's up, Stang 2007? What's up, Chemical Aid? What is up, Shauner? We got KL130 in the house. Hazard Me, Giant Robots. We got Firestorm. Jason is asking, what percentage of a person's diet being only soup is acceptable? Is 80% okay? 95%? 80% would be, let's see, if you eat 3 meals a day times 21, let's just round that to 20 meals. 80% would be, why is my math not mathing right? 20 times 5. That's 16 meals being soup out of 20. That's quite a bit. What's up, Arcold? What's up, what's up? We got Demon Mint in the house. Chase Atwood. Happy, it is Wednesday +1. Exactly. Amela wants a PC, but no, you cannot have a PC. You can have one if you work, get money for it, and then follow any of the many tech content creators who make guides on how to build cheap but capable gaming PCs. Shauner, you think the cookies are really good? Plus you're trying to gain weight, so you like the extra calories? I feel like the pizza, if you're trying to gain weight for the calories per dollar, the pizza's gotta be more, right? The cheese pizza has a lot of calories in it. Either way, we eat cookies or pizza, that's not the healthiest option for increased caloric intake, I guess. You might go there for dinner, not gonna lie. How far is your Costco? Ours, I would go to Costco more if it was like literally next door or something. The Costco by us, they've built these like apartment / condo type complexes really nearby, so you could just literally cross the street and be at Costco. That would be so nice. But yeah, for me a Costco trip each way is like maybe 10-15 minutes, and that's not considering the time it takes to park and all that, because Costco is always crazy. But yeah. Daniel Garcia always looks for the notification for stream. Thank you for doing that, which I did want to put out a notification one day early because I didn't want to just not have a Wednesday stream, because I think we've become so accustomed to it. So I wanted to put it at the normal time slot still so that people knew the stream was pushed today. But yeah, I mean, also it's up to if YouTube wants to push notifications, right? Some people get them, some people don't, so yeah. Aaron F. just delivered today. Thermaltake Tower 300. Which one is that again? Thermaltake Tower 300. Let's see if we got our browser scene. Yep, that's... Oh! Okay. The 3D printer one. The one... Oh, actually, no. This is not the as 3D printer-y. It kind of looks like a 3D... Like a... If you were to have a vertical 3D printer that is meant to print taller prints, just because of the way that the display glass is done. Let me see if I can find vertical 3D printer. That's what I call these types of the PC cases that has that type of enclosure. Let me see. This isn't really it. I know I've seen... Oh, something like this. Yeah, so... Very reminiscent, for me anyways. I always make that connection to like a 3D printer. Wait, Chase? What do you mean? The CEO of McDonald's said they are too expensive? The CEO of McDonald's said that McDonald's is too expensive, or said that Costco is too expensive? If the CEO of McDonald's notes or is calling themselves out, is saying that McDonald's is too expensive, then I would agree. Bring back the dollar menu, please. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Hopefully, I mean, I love McDonald's. As much as people hate on their fries, I think they're nice and consistent. But also, you know, I've been eating it since I was a kid, so yeah, I'm not a food snob in that kind of way. But okay, yeah, hopefully they recognize that and bring back some more value-oriented options. What's up, Damien? I'm doing good. How's everybody else doing? McDonald's isn't too bad if you use the app, because they do have, you know, they always have ongoing deals and stuff. But I don't want to have to rely on an app with my like certain day of the week coupon, or like, you know, once however long coupons. I just want to be able to roll up and go back to the old dollar menu days. And how are French fries? How did French fries get so expensive? Like, I would think potatoes would be one of the, like, you know, it's not meat. It's not like a vegetable like lettuce or tomato that goes bad quicker. Potatoes, especially since I think they fry it before packaging them up anyways. But yeah, like the French fries, a large French fry has gotten so expensive over the years. You used to be able to get like a McChicken, like a cheeseburger, a fry, and a drink for like $4. Yeah, Chris, I'm actually on the camera right now. I don't know what was going on the other week. It might have to do with it might not have to do with the camera. It actually might have to do with the cheap USB capture card that I have. But let me see. Yeah, because here is the pop. Yeah, so the camera's working. No issues now. It hasn't been cutting out at all. There's you all. But yeah, so it's working fine now. Yeah, I'm also happy because I want to get as much life out of this thing. Though the Elgato face cam actually wasn't that bad of, and it had a wider field of view too, to capture like a wider shot. So I might switch between the two depending on, you know, the day. But yeah. I think some of it's inflation, but I mean, some of it also could be things like cost of labor going up and all that stuff too, which is related to inflation. But like minimum wage up here in Washington, around my area, is in the, I think like $17-ish. I think in Seattle it's closer to 20. So all those things have to be factored into, yeah. The milkshake machines is always down here. Yeah, that's their ongoing joke, right? The McFlurry machine is always in maintenance. But Melissa brought home some share tea. One of her coworkers bought it for us because Melissa carpooled, so to say thank you. So I have some share tea tonight. Wiener Schnitzel when? I know, right? Still have yet to go to Wiener Schnitzel. Chris has been hounding me on that for years by this point. Let's see. Hey guys, which can my GTX beat RTX GPU? You have a 1660 Super Which can my GTX beat RTX GPU? You're saying like what does your 1660 Super beats like a 2060? If you want like a close equivalent, I think you're in the 2060-ish, 2060 Super territory. And then maybe, so that would be around a 3050 as well. Around there. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly where they fall in line in terms of average performance in games, but yeah, your 1660 Super is kind of like a low end or earlier RTX card. So been busy playing. You've been playing. What's up? So you mentioned playing GTA RP. RP, is that still going strong right now? Is there like? Cause I feel like the GTA RP stuff comes in waves, right? Like it. The streamers do it for a while, but then you. Then they kind of take a break. RP is always going on, but in terms of like it being popular on Twitch and all the streamers getting together to start the new session and stuff, is it on the uptrend right now? But you've also started working for, in character you started working for the news company. You've been fun way to practice video editing work. Oh, okay, so your character works for a news company in the game itself. Interesting. I feel like with GTA RP you gotta sink a lot of hours into it, right? Like, can you successfully play RP, and maybe this is just a big RP server versus like the smaller RP one, but like, can you get away with playing only like 1 or 2 hours a day? Because it's RP, I feel like a lot of the daily monotonous day in the life stuff, like that's what you want to be doing in game, but that's, you know, time consuming, having a day job and all of that. So back to the ice cream machine talk. Ice cream machine being down all the time is a real thing. Isn't there a class action lawsuit against the company that makes them? The info behind all that's kind of nuts. iFixit's trying to change it so that, yeah, with the... Does that fall... Is the ice cream machines also under the right to repair stuff too? Just like that whole umbrella of the like legislation that they're trying to get passed? I mean, it's not just ice cream machines. It's like John Deere and a bunch of other companies, right? So... Chris says, Danny, I made a 3D design for a pegboard mounted GPU display. Pegboard mounted GPU display mount if you have a pegboard you agreed to utilize that with. I agreed? I think that might have been a typo. But no, I don't have a pegboard yet. You know what? I still have yet to buy a pegboard in my, like, basement studio. But oh, I want to see. Do you have a picture? Can you put it in the stream submissions if you do have any pictures of it holding a GPU up? I'm very curious to see. You have your Daniel Garcia has their first help desk interview at 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. like West Coast time. If so, that's like in 45 minutes. Good luck. You hope to get it because you have the option to go remote eventually. Nice. Well, good luck. Best of luck to you. Hopefully, being at the same time as the stream will send you, you know, extra spirit ball energy for getting the job. Teardrop Studios, love your content, my man. You're my favorite tech YouTuber. Thanks for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we've been talking and chilling for about 10-15 minutes, just waiting for people to get to the stream. Okay, so Chris did post in the stream submissions. Let's take a look at that. And then we're going to revisit our conversation last week about the RTX 4080 Supers because, yeah, we weren't really sure if they were actually sold out and stuff. But as of earlier today, I've noticed them actually kind of still being sold out. All right, we got the stream submissions with Chris's 3D mounted, oh, and then Demon Mitts advertisement for the RP server. Okay, I'll check that out in a second too. So what do we have here? So these are the parts that go into that hook into the pegboard. Do you have to have a specific pegboard for this to work? Because without any like up hook, I don't know. Let me see. Can we look at that? You didn't send the file, and then we'll take a look at this one too. All right. So here's your pegboard. Okay. This is a right side up picture. It looks like, okay. So this goes in here. So this is just for dual slot cards only, it looks like, right? I guess you could easily modify this for triple slot or whatever, but yeah, this is pretty cool. Let me clear this out. It's for standard 1/4 inch pegboard holes. I want to see the hooking mechanism because when I look at this right here, I thought there would be more of a upwards like leg or flange, because this looks pretty horizontal. Like, I guess there's a slight curve here. Like, how much wiggle room does this have, and how easily would it be? Let me think. If you're hanging this on a wall, I guess the downward weight. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be using leverage. Once the weight of the graphics cards on here pushes it down, it kind of swings the bottom towards the pegboard, and then this can't really come out. The only way this can come out is if you pull it out directly, like horizontally. But yeah. Oh yeah, and it is like Chinese and Vietnamese New Year, so happy Lunar New Year to anyone who celebrates or observes that. Thanks for the reminder. I'm actually going to a celebration this coming Saturday, Kevin, with my family, so yeah. Gnomed, what is up? Big indeed. We got Big Gnomed in house, 14th month. Has it only been 14 months? Gnomed was like one of the first to support with the channel memberships, but has it only been going for 14 months? I guess it was what, around September or October in 2022 that I opened it up. So yeah, that sounds about right. Slow S4 says, how bad is the bottleneck with a i7 4790 with a 3070? That's a pretty big bottleneck. You're building a sleeper Dell Optiplex, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, dude, the i7 4790, I mean, that was back when they were still 4-core 4-thread, right? Let me see. No, they're 8-thread, so they're at least multi-threaded. But you're talking about what's it called? An architecture that launched in Q2 2014. That is pretty much a decade old by this point. So yeah, like the 4790, if you're pairing it with a more underpowered graphics cards, I wouldn't really bat an eye at. But for something as modern as a 3070, yeah, you could definitely use a stronger CPU. And then this is a PCI 2.0, right? Where is it? What there? Why are they not listing it on here? Oh. No, it's up to 3.0 116. Okay. Yeah. Even if it was 2.0 though, I mean that would be another reason for bottleneck, but as I've seen accidentally through testing. Even sometimes when you go down to PCIe 1.0, it can still perform decently well. Okay, so Chris just sent. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual. Chris, did you design this, by the way? Because, I mean, I see you right here. You are the author of this one. I think I might have missed it. Whether or not, like, you modeled this up in CAD and did the measurements and everything. Come on, let me... Oh, okay, here we go. I mashed together a few designs. Oh, okay, so you, like, overlaid and then, like, combined stuff together. Okay. So yeah, if you were to put this into, can I zoom in? If you were to put this into the pegboard, the weight, dude, we could do like a free body diagram on this. You have the weight of the card on here. You have your reactions pointing up this way. As long as you have no horizontal force pulling it out, then it should stay pretty stable. I don't know. I'm just so used to pegboard stuff though, having kind of like, you know, bringing like a hook up just in case for whatever reason there is some horizontal force, it doesn't just pull out. Like if you were to add like a little upwards notch here so that when you slot it in, you gotta like kind of hook it in first. But yeah, cool design though, very cool. Thanks for sharing. I like this. I need to like start modeling stuff more. I have a 3D printer. I'm sure there's tons of useful stuff I could print, but I'm just lazy. No engineering critiques. I mean, I'm sure the design by itself, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind without actually having this physically in front of me. I guess I could print this, though my calibration on my machine, which way would... Okay, so it would print upwards from this direction. Maybe I'll try to print this. Alright, we got a super chat. Well, did I mute the Spitfire alert? Let me replay that real quick. I had to make it a little quiet because the other week when we got all those membership donos, it went crazy. But had my XFX 6900 XT crap out, XFX warrantied it and sent me a 6950 XT as a replacement. Nice! That's a win! That is a win. You get a slightly, and when I say slightly, I mean very, ever so slightly better version of the card as a replacement. Now, sometimes... we've heard stories of companies replacing with just straight up like improved cards, right? Like if someone had a 2080 that, you know, crapped out while it was still under warranty and they just didn't have any to give them as replacement. I've seen people get like 3080s to replace like 2080s and stuff like that. So that's the ideal situation essentially. Slow S4. The only reason they got a 3070 to pair with that 4790 was because they got for $130. Where'd you get it for $130 at? That is on a crazy deal for a 3070. Those are definitely worth... Okay. Yeah, those have got to be still in like the 250 range, right? If not a little bit more. 130 is a crazy good deal. What are we looking at for working condition 3070s? Functioning as intended. That's exactly what I want. What the heck is this? Oh, these are bids, of course. No board, no GPU. Yeah, so, okay. no display. Oof. So a no display 3070. So a problematic card. It's already 250. No display. Dang. They're actually closer to 280, 290 for, man, this is basically $300 still for a 3070 in used condition. And you got the Founders Edition. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, and Chris thought he did good with his $200, which $200 for a 3070 is actually still very good. 130 though, that's crazy. Fox Hunter Zero. I'm not sure if I believe this. I have very high doubts. But I don't know. Some people do get crazy deals. But 4080 Super, you're talking about the card that just released not even 2 weeks ago. That is MSRP for $1,000. You're saying you got it for $350? Sounds capped to me. I don't know. Sounds capped. Yes, trust me, bro. Yeah, Jason got a 4090 for $300, so you know. Okay. Talking about the 4080 Super though. So remember last week we took a look at it. The day that it launched, basically. And it was not in stock. It was pretty much, you know, email me when you get more in stock. So I looked this morning, and we'll see now. So I looked this morning, which was about, what, 8-ish hours ago. I could not find an MSRP 4080 Super in stock. If we take a look now, we're going to sort by lowest price, because that's what we do around here. So, there are a bunch of cards, and none of them really have a buy it now. So you still see a bunch of these out of stock. You see some that says a bunch of them that says auto notify, which means they're not readily available right now. Even the $1,300 Noctua Brown edition for, you know, $300 over the base model MSRP. Those are out of stock. But when you come up here, you do see somewhere it looks like you can buy them, and that's gonna be with these cards. So the first one is the Zotac Super Trinity one. So this one is back ordered still. It says ETA is 2/9, which is tomorrow, but I don't know. I still have a feeling that these, remember, my opinion was that I think these are popular cards, regardless of all the negative kind of reviews and thumbnails and titles that all the content creators who reviewed them had on the card. I think a lot of people out there were in the market for a card for around $1,000, and this one pretty much fills that, you know, that price and performance that they're looking for. So just because it comes back in stock doesn't, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be the same thing. It's going to quickly sell out, and then it's going to be ETA back ordered to another date. So that's the first one we see there. Here's this Zotac one. So this one's 100 over. So this one's, I don't know, 10% more than the $1,000 MSRP. And it's a Zotac one that's, to me, kind of ugly. I can see why this one's in stock, but I feel like people would be okay with waiting a little bit longer to get a card that doesn't look, I don't know. This thing is just, to me, is it the rounded shape? Why is this thing so awkward? But regardless, this is the only one. Well, it's $100 over, so that is kind of part of the reason why it's really available. Then we look at this MSI Expert one, which has this really interesting looking design because they try to kind of play off of the design of the Founders Edition model. This one you could buy readily available, but this one's $150 over the MSRP. And then you get something like this, a Tough Gaming, and then you start seeing the third-party sellers, right? This one is not sold and shipped by Newegg. This one's actually by Ant Online, which this is kind of surprising. So this is a Tough card. It's not like an Asus Strix or anything. This is a Tough Gaming, which it's not Asus's like lowest end cards, because those are like the dual Cs. This is kind of like their mid-range offering, but still, This is almost $300 over MSRP for a 4080 Super. The surprising thing about this though is that Ant Online, I consider Ant Online a really good seller. Like, they usually sell things that they actually have really good deals on their eBay store a lot of the times. So to see them selling this one, to me, looks kind of like a scalped price. I would expect this kind of pricing for a Strix card, but for something just like a Tough Gaming, it feels a little scalped. So a little bit of disappointment from Ant Online here, because in my opinion, they are a very reputable seller. And then looking at these other two, this one is sold and shipped by Newegg, and this one was sold and shipped by Newegg. But yeah, anything else aside from these, like this one right here, this other Zotac one, this one's sold by Tech for All. So yeah, this is definitely scalped pricing. Whoever the heck Tech for All is. Ant Online is a very good reputable seller, and I would normally recommend them, but I would not recommend buying this Tough Gaming card from there. Fox Hunter really likes the Tough card, wanted the Strix the other day, but that card is gone. Yeah, so in terms of I think there's a reason why there's only like literally a couple of cards in stock, and it's because they're either a little bit overpriced or kind of uglier models. Though, yo, this one's a white card that if it does come back tomorrow, for a white card, if you're doing like a all white build that you're trying to get like the color themes to match and stuff, $50 over MSRP for pretty much all white card is kind of crazy. Mr. Guillotine says, these cards were hugely disappointing. What was so disappointing about them? I think that their performance for how much they cost were kind of as expected. Because previously you had to pay $1,200 for the same performance, right? It's hard for me to be negative or call it hugely disappointing, because if you look at a few months prior, people were spending more money on the exact same performance. I know it's disappointing that the performance of the super designation of it did not carry more than just a few percent uplift, but at the same time, it was because they did that $200 price reduction. Like, yeah, no way would they give you like a 10+% performance bump and lower the price by 200. That would be them giving too much, unfortunately, right? That would have been nice, but they're not going to give us that much. Just wait, there will be plenty of them available. Nvidia stated when they announced the Super Refresh, they were making them already. But a generation of instant gratification will feed scalpers. Yeah, so hopefully nobody in this chat is needing a 4080 Super so badly that they're willing to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars extra just to get it a week or two early. But we'll see. We'll keep on keeping an eye on the stock of the 4080 Supers and see when they could be readily available at $1,000 for like multiple cards. But a week after, and we're still not seeing that to be the case. What's the best GPU to pair? Oh, this is a loaded question, SXM. There is no best GPU to pair. It depends on how much money you have, right? But with the 5800 X3D, there's probably like 5 or 6 different models of graphics cards that you can pair with it, and it would be fine. I don't know if I could say there's a best one, but there are lots of compatible cards. Anything you could pair, I probably wouldn't pair as, like, if you have a 5800 X3D, I would probably go like 3080, 3090, 4070, 4070 Super, 4070 Super Ti, 4080, 4080 Super. And then on AMD side of things, like 7800 XT, 7900 XT, 7900 XTX. So yeah, there's no best card. There's multiple options that you can go with that one CPU. Exactly. The best card is the best one that you can afford. You didn't give us a budget, so it's hard to say. JG Wright says, imagine buying a 4080 at $1,200 instead of a 4090 at $1,600 only for the 4080s to come out later at $1,000. To be fair though, JG, we haven't been able to find a $1,600 4090 for a long time. They've been, like, ever since they came out, I don't think there was a long period of time where they could be readily available for $1,600. They were constantly sold out or marked up higher than that $1,600 price point. So, yeah, it does suck for the people who did buy a $1,200 4080 if they bought it within the last, like, 6 months or so. Because to have this card come out, but then again, what's the $200 worth to you if you have a card 6 months in advance, right? Like for some people, 6 months, what is that? That's like $30-something a month paying in advance to have the card right now rather than later. So, what drink is that from Share Tea, Danny? Says Arctic Eagles. Yeah, so they've got the, you know how Share Tea usually has the transparent cups? I'm not sure if they're going to paper permanently or if it's just for the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year celebration. But this is just, so every time I go to Share Tea, I get the exact same thing. It's the classic pearl black milk tea. Sometimes I get the mini boba, but I just get the black milk tea. I don't get any of the other fancy stuff. I'm a fan of the just the black milk tea. There is an $1,800 4090 on Newegg right now. Gigabyte Gaming one. Is there? Is the seller? Is that Newegg? If it's for $1,800, it's got to be a reseller, right? Oh no, it's sold and shipped by Newegg. Why? Wait. Hold up. So this is sold and shipped by Newegg. Dude, isn't... I'm pretty sure... Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is one of the... This isn't their entry model, because their entry cheap offering is the Gigabyte Eagle OC, right? This is like their mid-tier offering, though, I think. Unless... Is this... Can anyone tell me if the Gigabyte Gaming... Is that Gigabyte's highest end, like, the top tier cards? Let me see. I'm going to take a look at Gigabyte's website. I could have sworn the gaming was, like, the mid offering. Every company kind of has, like, the cheapest one, a middle tier, and then, like, the Asus Strix equivalent, hundreds of dollars extra. Aorus is their top tier. Yeah, Aorus is, like, their offshoot brand, but within the Gigabyte itself, not Aorus stuff. Let me see what 4090s they even have to offer. Let's see. So they have the... Yeah, so the WindForce is, like, their cheap stuff. Then they have their Arrow, but that's their white line. The gaming, and then they have their Aorus Master. Okay, they even list the Aorus stuff, even on here instead of on the Aorus specific website. So, I mean, yeah, I would say the 4090 gaming isn't like by any means a top tier card, but look at what the heck Newegg says it should be. It's on sale. Save $200 from $2,000. Pay $1,800 for a 4090. You could get it. It is available, and it's sold and shipped by Newegg. So, but I don't know. Is this considered scalping? Or are we gonna say inflation has hit so hard that in a year and a half, the card's gone up over 10% from MSRP? Aiko says 1800. That's not a reseller. Is the cheapest I've seen the 4090 in a while. Yeah, I mean, the 4090s were pretty hard to find in general, like in stock, not from a reseller. We can blame AI on this one, but kind of interesting to see from, you know, directly from the Newegg itself, directly from like a large scale e-tailer, for them to put these pricings on here, slashing out to 2,000 and calling this a sale. 1,800 for a GPU? Dang, 2024. I know, right? I mean, to be fair though, most people don't need a 4090. Most people are okay with cards a third of this price. $1,800? What's a third of that? $600? Yeah. Even to me, $600 is quite a bit to spend on a graphics card. So, you know, as crappy as this is, I think most people will get by fine. All the other cards are readily available in stock at more reasonable prices. How much does it typically cost to have a 4K setup? You're talking about like a full setup with monitor and everything? Very expensive, multiple thousands of dollars. If you're talking about just a PC alone, assuming you want at least a 4080, you know, for a more true 4K experience without resolution upscaling and stuff like that, I think you would need a PC like to comfortably play any game at 4K without turning down settings or relying on a ton on FSR or DLSS and stuff like that, or frame generation, etc. I think you would need to spend around like $2,500 on a PC. Obviously, you could do it cheaper. You could get like cheaper cases, cheaper RAM, SSD, power supply, and just throw as much money into the graphics card. But like a well-balanced 4K capable system, I think $2,500 is a pretty safe budget to have for it. And then if you get sales or used parts, you can drive the price down. A 4080 Super is half the price of a 4090. I mean, not according to what we just saw here. It's close to half, yeah, because 1,800 is pretty close to 2,000. But it's only 23 to 27% worse in performance. So yeah, that's what you get for, you kind of hit that like exponential decay price of performance the higher end you go. Very normal to see. Okay, let's see. Rusty Spoon snapped the 4080 Super yesterday on Newegg. Should be here tomorrow. Nice. That's quick. Do you live in California or a nearby state? That's really fast shipping. Which model did you get? And then if you don't mind us asking, how much? You sniped the 4080 Super. So yeah, probably coming in and out of stock throughout the day. So if you are actually in the market for one, keep an eye out, refresh a lot, and just see if you can get one. R just got their 4080 Super yesterday. And if I may ask, what are y'all upgrading from? Like, what card do you have currently? If you had one. If this is your first PC, then congrats. But yeah, what card are you going from to the 4080 Super? You got the Ventus for $10.50? Okay, yeah, I think we saw that one last week. Yeah. Newegg and UPS have been doing great with 2-day shippings. JG, where are you from again? I think for me, it's usually closer to 3 days because I'm up in Washington. But I think if you're in a neighboring state to California, you can get much faster ship times. And then Morton T is getting their 4080 Super from Nvidia. Oh dang, you get Newegg orders 2 days to Florida? I don't know about Newegg's warehouse situation. I don't know if they have like stuff that ship. I thought all the stuff that I get, obviously because I'm West Coast, gets shipped out of the City of Industries. But like when you look at your package, what city does it say it is usually coming from? But yeah, that's nice that people on the East Coast can also get quick shipping times too. Rusty is going from a 980 Ti from a PC built in 2015. LMAO, that is a huge upgrade. Nice. Very nice. Congrats, glad to hear. Glad to hear. And then R is going from a 3070 to a 4080 Super. Very nice as well. Aiko asks, do you think the mobile plus CPU combos they advertise on Newegg are worth it? I'm gonna buy a Ryzen. Let's take a look actually. We can take a look at that. Let's see. So you're looking at a 5800 X3D combo. Let's take a look at these combos. Okay. How come I can't find these combinations? So we're looking at 385 with the promo code. Oh, here we go. So I can't search for the combos, but if we look here, what are they trying to combo with this? You get, so, ooh, wait up, dude. Hold the phone on the, yo, look at this modular numpad keyboard setup. This is pretty cool. Mountain Everest Max mechanical keyboard. This is a $189 keyboard, and it's got what looks to be kind of like an LCD screen on it. I just think this part is cool for when you need and don't need your numpad. But anyways, so all this is being comboed for, so you get a 390 plus 466, okay, and then the memory. The combo savings supposedly is $75. Wait up. Oh, okay, so you can choose what to add on to it. How much is this motherboard? So this, yeah, but this is a higher end motherboard. You don't need an X670E. So the thing about combos for me is you gotta do the comparison. I like the way that like Micro Center does combos, right? In that you could pick pretty much what processor and motherboard, as long as it's compatible with each other, and you get a combo discount. I don't like when companies do combo discounts and then they try to throw, like, they're trying to throw a $500 motherboard at you, and you can save $70 through the combo offer, but that still works out to be a $300 or a $430 motherboard. There are much more affordable options that you can pair with the 7800 X3D. Now, if you're already in the market for like really high-end stuff like this, then sure, go with it because you're saving more money than if you don't combo it. But I'm sure you can find a motherboard in the $250 to $300 range, which is cheaper and will still come in less than if you got this combo offer. So yeah, in my opinion, ask Aiko regarding like, is the combo worth it? Like in this case specifically, I wouldn't say so, but are there more combos? So they do have a combo builder. Let me see. 7800. Yeah, so here's what I was talking about. So if you take a look at the different offerings that they have, here's an X670 E Tomahawk motherboard for a much more reasonable price. Here's a X670 Gaming Plus from MSI motherboard. So yeah, if you would, but this is with the Ryzen 9 over here. It's hard to answer definitely because I don't know what your requirements are for a motherboard, but take a look at, just use like PC Part Picker or something if that makes it easier. look for what you need in a motherboard with regards to like expansion, USB slots, Wi-Fi, all that stuff, and find a motherboard that suits your needs, and then compare these combos to it and what they have to offer. Because I'm trying to think how often I buy combos, and I don't think it's that often. Like, I typically do not do a bunch of like combo buying when it comes to PC parts. I can usually squeeze out better price performance, finding my own individual deals from what I found. Let's see, if we scroll further down, there's other combos. Let's see, so this is let's see. So, like, we keep the 7800 X3D fixed in here. Okay, we're gonna keep that. And then we can select, if you select, so you can get up to 40% off of memory. And then, where's the motherboard? Where the heck did it go? Oh, motherboard. Can you sort by... So, like, yeah, the ones that give the biggest discount is because the motherboard was already friggin' almost $700 to begin with. But if we're trying to sort by biggest combo discount, it's like $40 on a $400, so that's like 10% off. $40 on a less than $300 motherboard. You could get a B650, get $30 off a $170 motherboard. Yeah, so in this case, if they're actually letting you pick a lot of different motherboards, I would go for it in this case. Let me look at the memory. So if you want to look at memory, they're not going to give you, let's see. Yeah, see, the biggest savings is $35 on $200 for, how much RAM is this? This is 64 gigabytes. But even then, there's, what is this? 6000 CL30? Yeah. There's definitely cheaper 64 gigabyte kits of RAM. Well under $200. Let's see. 7600X on Newegg comes with free RAM right now. All of them? That's actually pretty... Ooh, okay, yes, our flat. I will take a look at that in a second. And we'll give a shout out to Braithorn, as always. Okay, 7600X. Where's it at? Which one am I looking for? Why is there two listings? What am I missing here? There's two listings shipped by Newegg. Wait, what? Seni Tech Store? What are these Seni Tech Store listings? And which one got that free RAM? Alright, here we go. Sold by Seni Tech Store, shipped by Newegg. Where's that free RAM at? Yeah, I'm trying to find the sold by Newegg. These are all shipped by Newegg. Maybe I gotta go to seller Newegg. Here we go. Boom. Thanks for the heads up, Shauner. Free 32 gigabytes memory kit for, so 250, 32 gigabyte memory kit. That's what, 70 to 80 bucks for, you know, the non-RGB cheaper stuff. Where did I? Oh, and then you get the, yeah, G-Skill Flare X5. Yeah, so 6000 CL36, which is perfectly fine. You know, there's faster RAM out there, but this is fine. So that'll save you effectively bringing this down to like a sub $200 processor. Pretty sweet deal. Yeah, I would be perfectly okay pairing a B650 board with like an X3D chip. Okay, let's see. All right, so our Flex Tech Drama of the Week. So our friend Braythorn is a content creator that makes content on pre-built companies.
About 8 months ago, I posted my first video taking a look at
and I actually saw this. I saw this video. So there's this company. We can actually go take a look at the website itself too. Apex Gaming PC. Apex Gaming PCs. Let's take a look, dude. Something like whenever a company names itself after like Alpha, Apex, I don't know. I already get bad vibes from it, right? Like Starforge is just some random thing. Let's see, like NZXT. Trying to think of all the different companies that have like these names. Like you can have normal naming companies, and then there's these other ones. Apex, which like Apex Predator, top of the food chain type of things. They never live up to their names of being like the best or whatever the heck. Like this is on the same level as like the alpha male YouTubers that try to teach people how to become fellow alpha, or Sigma male, Sigma grind set type of mentality. So yeah, it's it's to appeal to the beta customers, make them feel cool. Exactly, right? So let's take a look at their same day shipping PCs, because I remember Braythorn in his video, he pulled up like a $2,500, I think, was it this one? Let's take a look at the value you get out of some of these. If you were to buy an Apex PC, which, come on, there's gonna be like a high-end top of the line PC, right? It is the Apex. All right, I think this might have been the one that he actually pulled up in the video. Well, dude, you're getting a good sale here, right? You're not paying $28.91 for it. You're paying $25.30 for this Apex Carbon ready to ship PC. What does it have in it? Well, for over $2,500, you're gonna get an i5 processor. You're getting, it's the most, hey, you know what? It's the 14th gen though, you know? Newest generation of Intel processors. i5 with the F SKU. I think that's what Braythorn made fun of as well. You do get a Z790 motherboard. You get 32 gigabytes of RAM. You would think at $2,500, you'd at least get faster memory. 5200's not the slowest memory out there, but it is, I think, a little bit slower than like what most would compare like to mid-ish tier. Like you can get 6000 CL30 memory for pretty cheap, but they're kind of cheaping out here. You do get a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD though, and it's Gen 4. You get a 4070 Super. You get a 4070 Super. You get a 4070 Super. You're getting a $500 to $600-ish graphics card. You want to talk about like balance in a PC build? We talk about balance a lot. Balancing the budget, trying to balance like the different components you put in given your budget. I usually like to stick around like anywhere from 35 to 50% of the PC budget is towards the graphics card, right? To get like maximized performance. We're talking about the graphics card coming in at less than a quarter cost of the build. You're spending over $2,500 on this thing, and they're putting in a $500 to $600 graphics card. It is rare. I don't often see budgets this out of balance. Like, to only allocate a quarter of your budget towards the graphics card in a PC build, I think that's like horrible decisions all around. But taking a look at the rest of this, you're getting a 750 watt, and it depends on what they have on hand, it looks like, because you could get an EVGA Corsair or I wouldn't say in-house, because they're basically probably just slapping whatever, you know, power supply they get their label and brand on it. You get, what is this case? The Manic? I've actually never heard of this case. A Manic Phantom 2 XL case. You get Wi-Fi. Okay. But yeah, this is, dude, you are an alpha male apex predator if you buy this, apparently. The build doesn't even look anything fancy. Yeah, let me take a, what is this case? I'm actually kind of curious. I've never used this. And I'm not really familiar with the brand Manic. Manic PC hardware. What is this? So, have you guys heard of this company, Manic? I've not personally worked with any of these cases, nor have I ever actually used them. And someone says the PC, yeah, it's not even this image. Wait, which one was it? This is like directly from this website. They're just using a generic image that is from the case manufacturers. I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Why is it not showing? But yeah, that's like the exact same. They don't even have like a system that they've built to show these parts. They just like straight up right click, copy and pasted this right here. Okay. Fate says it's too cheap a case for a $2,500 build. For that amount of money, I expect at least a quality case. Now, I'm not gonna crap on Manic cases. $90. This is where they're making their money. If I'm trying to maximize performance, and this is like me, right? I'm not a company selling to like hundreds of customers or thousands of customers, whatever. I don't have a PC selling business, but this is just me either building for myself or friends and family. And I tell them, hey, if you want to maximize on performance, we'll just get whatever case works. That's not like complete crap, right? We're not talking about like $30 DIY PC case here. Once you start getting into like the $90, $100 for a PC case, quality is like good enough. So for an at-home builder, I think that's okay, but I think you make a pretty good point. Like here, they're using a $100 or sub $100 case in a build that's this expensive, and they're not passing the savings along to the customer because this thing is so overpriced. If this thing costs less and, you know, more reflective of the parts they put in, then I think it'd be okay. Like, I would totally use a $90 case in a $2,500 build, but I would also do that because I'll take the money saved and throw it at a better processor. I'll throw it at more storage. I'll throw it at a better GPU and stuff like that. So I would say it's not the end of the world to use a more affordable case on a very expensive build. You just have to allocate for it correctly and not have an i5 in it and not have only a 4070 Super at this price, you know? Update photo pending. Yeah. Let's see. Apex Gaming. Is there any information? Yo, I just noticed this banner at the top. We've made significant price cuts. Plus, limited number of PCs available daily. Act fast. This is their price cut. And this is what you get. Wouldn't it be crazy if they had a picture of you and a quote that said, I love Aim? Oh, man. The bad AI front page. Oh, the front page AI? Let me see. Let me see. Oh! Yeah. Okay. Wait. Can I get a better picture, though? So, Remember when we were working with those those AI image generator? Okay, so this is what Apex gaming PCs. So I'm not trying to like dox or put anyone on blast. These just look like, you know, just a few dudes who came together and loved building PCs and wanted to make a business out of it. I'm trying to find the image. Is this the... Do they have like a image I can click on? Shop all gaming PCs. Fictional representation of a PC. But yeah, I saw this. So if you take a look at it, man, I can't find a better quality image. Can I get the image address so I can pull it up? Dang it. This is the best I can do. But yeah, when you start to take a look in here, you'll realize this isn't really a PC that they're using. They're using AI generated images, and it's because you kind of get like a vague sense that it's a PC, but when you start seeing like this connector going into the memory, and then whatever the heck this squiggly stuff is, RTOC, and I'm not sure if you noticed, let's see, on one of the pictures, this one right here, can I get the code for this? Dang it, it's not letting me right click to open a new window for this. But look at this PC, how narrow it is. This is like a book. The width of this thing is not how, even if this was a slim tower, what's happening inside the PC does not agree with how wide this PC is on the front. Yeah, 3 memory slots on the other picture. Well, it might not be 3 memory slots. It could be 3 populated memory slots. But yeah. Jason says they couldn't pay a few bucks to take good pictures of the PCs that they actually build on their computers with their margins. Well, here's the thing about margins, right? To get margins, you actually have to sell PCs. How many PCs are they actually selling given their prices and specs? I don't know. It's really like none of these companies are transparent with how much volume they move, right? Look at the text in the bottom right of the football pic. You're talking about this right here, fictional representation of a PC. Yeah. I wonder what AI generated prompt you have to type. Gaming PC setup with football game on monitor. And then, yeah. They might sell more if they ship the ones people bought from them. People on their Facebook page are asking where their PCs are, lol. Oof. Dang. Yeah, football player. We do have a football player in the stands. Oh, come on. No, it did. Here. Oh, it scales, but here, this person right here. We got a giant. Actually, it might be the angle. They could be on the field, but, and you know, the camera angle is just catching them just right, where it looks. Yeah. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Yeah, so, let's see. Is it Apex Gaming PCs? Let's take a look at their... They must have social media. Yeah, so Braethorn actually already made a video about them back in mid-2023. And I think they took some of his comments to heart and, like, you know, improved things. But this is the improved state. since his video and commentary and feedback given. This is, you know, it's been, what, 7 months or so? Probably closer to 8 months. And this is the state with feedback taken into account. So that's interesting to see. Where's their social media at? Usually, oh, here we go. We got Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Give me a second real quick here. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't dox myself. They haven't posted on their Twitter. Actually, they're not very active on social media. Dude! Wait. This is interesting. They've got 66,000 followers. But they haven't really posted since October. Oh my god. Okay. This. Oh, Houston? Heck yeah, Jason. Okay. This pisses me off so much when companies do this. Like, of course, when you post on social media, you want as much engagement as possible, right? You want as many likes, retweets, and all that stuff. But I personally think it's really disingenuous when companies do stuff like this. Who needs a new GPU? And, you know, they get like that's a lot of likes, to be honest. Like, 300 retweets. They're not giving anybody a free GPU. But they're posting this, and people who have like a lot of hope are engaging with it, hoping for that small, minute chance that they'll actually get a new GPU for free from this company. But a lot of companies actually do this. Here's one: like, comment, and retweet, and you might just wake up tomorrow with this PC. Were they actually running a giveaway, or are they just engagement farming and being totally disingenuous? Hey, yeah, exactly, Kale130. Hey, I got all these GPUs and you don't. Like, what the heck kind of posts are these? Like, comment, and retweet, and you might wake up with it tomorrow, but also you might not. You saying there's a chance? Like, oh my god. Like, if you're giving away a free PC, just say so. And if not, stop with this freaking engagement farming crap. I don't know. I literally hate this kind of stuff. I don't know why I let it get to me so much, but it is so annoying when companies do that. Who wants this showing up at their door? 2K. Who wants a new GPU? Oh my god, is this all they post? Who wants a Spider-Man GPU? They're not giving any of this away. Oh man, this company just pissed me off a little bit more now that I looked at this. You might get this if you pay us $3,000 for an overpriced PC. Let me see what else. Okay, so here's an actual giveaway that they did. This kind of a posting I'm okay with. It's fine. And you want to know why they do this? Let me go down. Jesus, this is all they post. Who needs, who wants? Like this tweet if you want this PC. Also, at some point, did they just like buy followers? How do you go from pretty regularly like 400 engagement, 400 into like thousands with barely any posting at all, and the same, like, dude, they're posting like once every couple of months. I don't know, man. The 66,000 followers. Here, we can even look this up. Fake followers detector. All right. Let's see. Follower audit. Let's take a look at their thing and see. What? Do I have to sign in for this? Where's the free one? Oh, Twitter audit. How many of your followers are real? I'm just trying to see. I have a sense that, you know, companies, they buy followers just because it makes them look more legitimate. Oh my gosh. I gotta log in. Alright. Let me log in. Benchmark that site by putting your Twitter link. Yeah, I need to, give me 1 second. I need to sign in via authenticator. Where is Twitter? AKA X. Okay, there it is. All right, we're auditing it. I don't know, man. It's looking like some bot followers, in my opinion, but I don't know yet. We're gonna see what Twitter audit says. All right, while we're waiting for this, off topic, Danny, but I just got a 4090 Founders Edition for my friend for $1,200. Is that a good deal? Heck yeah, that's a good deal. For any model of 4090, that's an amazing deal. That's a good friend. $1,200 for a Founders Edition, no doubt. Yeah, that's good. Is that a good deal I ended up selling? Yeah, you sold your 4080 Founders Edition. I mean, yeah, you got a screaming deal there. This is actually surprising. Most of their followers are real. Okay. This audit says only less than 2% of them are fake or bad followers. A majority of them, almost 80%, are actually normal. So, okay. They passed the Twitter audit check, but still, their posts, definitely not my cup of tea. Like, something like this is fine, right? What the heck? Look at this. See, this is where the numbers just don't add up to me. A new day, a new PC. There's nothing wrong with this post. They're not trying to hint at potentially giving away something for free to, like, farm karma and stuff. This was in 2023, so not that long ago. Only 15 likes, huh? But then everything else just has like 5,000, thousands, and hundreds of likes. But just a totally normal post, and maybe that's why they do that baiting post. Because when they post normal things, they only get 15 likes. This isn't like it's from 2016 or something. We're talking about just this past summer, one of their posts getting this much. This happy music is undermining your righteous indignation. You're right. I only have the same playlist for all the streams. I don't change up the music based on the tone of what we're talking about. But yeah. So when are you starting nerd pre-builds? I've already mentioned this a lot of times before. I'm not interested into selling pre-built PCs because there's a huge aspect of the business that goes beyond just selling certain computers at a certain price. There's the customer service, tech support aspect of it, warranty, honoring, RMAs, returns. It seems like such a crazy hectic business, especially if you scale up. And I'm just not interested in that. Like, I'm okay with building and selling to my friends and family, but no way do I want to do that to, on a mass scale to strangers on the internet, where I am then expected, or I would have to hire people because there's no way a single person can handle that much tech support and customer service and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not interested in doing that, unfortunately. But, I mean, I know Zach and Mark and the Toasty Bros, like my other content creator friends, they're all doing that to some varying degree. But like the Toasty Bros, they have a whole warehouse. They hire like a number of employees, yeah, they're like a full-fledged business. So just not something that I'm particularly interested in at the moment anyways. Pico Up says, should probably revoke this site's access. Yeah, good point. this website just like steals all my stuff. I love you, Danny, for calling out these shady companies. Well, actually, shout out to Braythorn for we're only talking about this because someone brought up the Twitter the tech drama that he made the video on it. So Braythorn has been on Apex's butt for coming up on a year, maybe even before that. I'm not sure if he had a video even prior to the May one, but yeah. If we get Apex margins, I'm in. I don't know, man. I'm not all about ripping people off. Do they make YouTube shorts? That's a good question. Dude, all these companies, they're like turning towards Instagram Reels and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I think I've seen them before. Apex gaming PCs. Let me see. So, PC from Apex Gaming has arrived. This isn't them though. This is just other people making a YouTube short on it. Here's Zach, just buy a pre-built. Where's my volume? What the heck?
Also doesn't have to be expensive.
Okay.
This Icebreaker V2 build is cheaper than most people think. For performance, it has an Intel i3 12100F.
But where's the Apex ones? Yeah, so I'm not seeing any Apex gaming PC. Let's see, so they have their... Yeah, they don't have any shorts. And they don't post often. They have a YouTube channel with like 300 subscribers. I'm not seeing any shorts content.
This is Connor from Apex Gaming PCs. Today I'll show you how to simply locate and install the NVMe.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they have a strong short form unless they're on TikTok. Yeah, I don't think they would be on TikTok. Let me see. Apex Gaming PCs. TikTok. There's Apex PCs. What is this? Continuous guess. I don't think this is them though. Apex PCs, this is something else. Yeah. So, I'm not seeing any other social media presence aside from like Twitter and Instagram. Sane says, do you have any control over the channel membership regional prices? It's too cheap in my country. I don't understand what you mean. I do have control over the prices, but just US based prices. So I set the tiers of the memberships to the $1, $3, and $5 tier. But you're saying even the most expensive tier is too cheap in your country? I made the membership prices cheap purposefully, by the way. Like, I don't want to have like $10, $15, $20 tier subs because that's, to me, that's like way too expensive. Alright, let's see what's up. That $1,800 4090 is so tempting to just say screw it and get it. Very conflicted between that and a 4080 Super with current prices. Like we said earlier, unless you need the best of the best, like price to performance, FPS per dollar, the 4090 is not the play. Save yourself $800 by going with the 4080 Super once you can find one for around $1,000. And just, you know, I don't know, do you have that much disposable income? I think for a lot of people, like saving $700 to $800 to be put towards bills or something else, that's like not anything to ignore. Wait, what? 0.060 USD is the most expensive membership for me? So you see, okay, this is interesting. I have not had any feedback yet with regards to other currencies and the channel membership prices that I have. So what are the prices for your 3 tiers? You're saying the most expensive one is 6 cents? Wait, what? You're using a comma. I know some countries use a comma instead of a decimal point. Is the most expensive Argentina? What is the... Let me see. Argentina currency to US conversion. So 1 peso is worth like less than a cent in the US. Okay, like 1/10 of a cent almost. What's up, Sane? Welcome to Neuro Big Budget membership. I appreciate the support. Mr. Guillotine says, I keep my subs cheap on YouTube because my OnlyFans is $50 a month. You're not lying there. So, with regards to the different currencies, this makes 0 sense to me. Because with the most expensive channel tier membership being $5 US, that should actually be around 4,000 Argentine pesos. So that's exactly the opposite of what you were saying, Sane. So I don't know what's going on here. So you just got the Neuro Big Budget membership, which again, thank you. And you're saying you didn't pay 4,000? Is that like a glitch in the Matrix? If that's the case, yeah, okay, even with the reasonable price though. So how much, like, okay, this is really interesting. How much did that cost you with regards to groceries or something? Like, for you getting that Nerd on a Big Budget membership, how much money did you spend relative to, like, buying a drink or, like, a piece of fruit at the store, etc.? Yeah, is this a glitch? I mean, if that's the case, feel free to donate channel memberships to everyone in the chat if it's literally costing you cents. Like 2 candies? Oh, okay. It's like 2 candies, you say. So, I mean, candy bars in the US are like $2.50. They've gotten expensive over the years. So yeah. No, for some reason, I wouldn't say that's like super cheap. Like 2 candy bars, 5 equivalent US dollars worth. That's like, you know, still a decent amount of money to be giving to an online content creator, just to be nice, so. Oh, no bars, like the cheapest candy. Well, if that's the case, feel free, if it is really cheap and almost nothing to you, feel free to donate memberships to other people just so that they can use emotes and stuff. But we got, am I saying this name right? Francois Chris Manching with a $2 super chat. Thank you, I appreciate it. No, what is this? Yeah, this is a super chat. What is it popping up as? How come it didn't pop up on the top line though? But either way, thank you, Francois. What should be my next upgrade? You have a 5700X, 4070 Super, a B550, what should your next upgrade be? And you got a 2 terabyte SSD. I mean, the thing is, all of this is kind of recent stuff. I know the 57, yeah. The 5700X isn't like the most powerful CPU you can put in the slot, but I think paired with the 4070 Super, I'd be okay with that. This build right here doesn't seem like it really needs to be upgraded at the moment. If I had a system like this, I'd just sit pretty for a little bit and just save the money. For any kind of like reasonable upgrade, you'd be jumping platforms. So you're looking at a CPU, potentially RAM, and motherboard upgrade. But then, how much are you really gonna get out of getting a better CPU, motherboard, and new DDR5 RAM, right? Especially when you still have the 4070 Super. You're gonna be spending hundreds of dollars for what I would say is kind of marginal gains. So I would just wait until, you know, this system actually starts feeling a little bit old and then do the upgrade. We can like the super chats? Heck yeah. I'm gonna like the super chat real quick. YouTube slowly adding more features. Slender Gary asked story time, which by the way, nobody asked about it in stream tonight yet, but I figured we did have a recent development in the LAN party planning. So originally we were supposed to LAN at the end of this month, but there were some schedule conflicts with some of my friends. We try to make it so that whenever we plan the LAN party, as many people can come as possible. But we had some weekends that people were not able to attend, kind of last minute, so we had to move it. We tried to move it to March, but there's too many scheduling conflicts, so the next LAN might actually be in April. So that's just how it is sometimes, right? When you're trying to plan around like 14, 15 people, and some people are busy on some weekends, like we don't like to leave anybody behind. So yeah, we try to pick a weekend where as many people can make it as possible. So yeah, LAN is going to be pushed a little bit, but with regards to this question, how did I meet James? I thought I shared this on one of the recent streams, but maybe not. I know people have been asking, or it might have been you who have been asking, how I met like Nick, Casey, and stuff like that. But James, interestingly enough, was one of the newer additions to the friend group because he did not go to middle school with us. I didn't meet James until sophomore year of high school. He was the new kid at our school, but I think he quickly got along and made friends with like Martin and Jan and Jesse and my other friends because he was in band. And you know, like all the band people I was not in band, so I didn't get closer to James until later on, but they all got close to James first because they were all in band together. So yeah, but I mean, he was in my classes. We had the same like you know, home classes or core classes, and because he is a fellow gamer, you know, gamers just get along really quickly. So yeah, I mean, I've known James since 2005, 2006 timeframe. So that's, I mean, we're coming up on 20 years. Fernando Lizano. I really like that name. That's a pretty cool name. What are your thoughts on small form factor builds? I like small form factor builds, but I do also recognize that they are kind of a pain sometimes. You gotta like make sure everything fits. You gotta pay premium for the smaller motherboards and power supplies. You get more limited like USB and like PCIe expansion slots, stuff like that. So I like small form factor builds. But there's definitely a number of downsides to them where I for the most part only build small form factor stuff for myself. For friends and family, the smallest I'll go is micro ATX, just because it saves them money it's less of a headache if I have to play tech support or replace parts for them. Like replacing micro ATX boards is fine. I don't want to build them a small form factor machine that if anything goes wrong, we gotta replace it with like ITX boards and stuff like that. And like taking the build apart, just ITX in general, like you gotta be more delicate with getting everything to fit, and then the cable management aspect of it for most of the cases. Like even if you don't like do a good job cable managing, the stuff kind of just like flows out into the rest of the case, and you still have limited room to work with. So yeah, and upgrading SFF is harder than usual. So again, for me, if it's my own personal system, it's fine. But if it's for other people, I stay away from it. Aretha and Martin, they're married. They have been dating since high school, so they've been together for, I mean, they didn't start dating right away, but they're coming up on like, they've got to be at like 17, 18 years of being in a relationship now. So yeah, they're high school sweethearts. So James Ray says, well, I guess tuning in late is better than missing it. What's up, James? How you doing? What would be, so a nerd on a budget pre-built would most likely be a micro ATX case, because shipping and weight, that helps out. Like micro ATX just being smaller, that helps out. Micro ATX motherboards are generally like $10-15 cheaper than their full ATX counterparts. So, that's more passing along the savings to the customer. So a no pre-built would be something most likely from like a Ryzen or i3 to a Ryzen or an i5 CPU wise. Probably like anywhere from a 6600 to a 6700 XT graphics card, 1TB SSD, micro ATX case, 550 to 600 watt power supply. Pretty like, trying to keep it as low cost as possible. I don't know if I would do many high-end stuff. Any reverse case recommendations? I've actually not built in a reverse case yet. I don't know. They've never been a huge appeal to me. I've had Dark Flash is one of the companies that has a pretty popular reverse case, right? And I know there's others too, but I've been offered reverse cases, but I've never taken them from any of the companies to like make a video or build on. For some reason, they just never like stuck out as an interesting thing for me personally. But what do you guys think about the cases that are like, you put on your left hand side to be displayed through the tempered glass instead of your right hand side? Guys, just turn your case upside down. Yeah, turn it upside down, put it on the other side. They can all be reverse. But yeah, it was, for me, I can see them being interesting in some cases, because some people do have desk setups where they have more space on their left than on their right hand side. But yeah, it just never was a thing that I found interesting. What about, so I think I've been pretty vocal about this. I do not like large cases. Like, even for me, the Corsair 5000D is too big. Yeah, like something like the this is like, it's considered a mid-tower, but it's bigger. Like a 4000D is also considered a mid-tower, right? But even within the mid-tower designation, there's like a range of sizes. So for me, and then here's let me see the 5000. Yeah, like, to me, these are too big. Let me look at all their cases. Can we sort by size at all? Oh, and then you got the 7000 series too. which I think they consider this one full tower. So I am definitely not a fan of full towers. Like, they are my least favorite form factor for sure. Full towers, it's just way too big, man. I don't know. Even myself as a content creator who uses webcams and mics and all this stuff that you would think that you need a bunch of expansion for, I do all my stuff in a micro or in an ITX. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people who do have use cases for these gigantic cases, but for me personally, it's gotta, in terms of like preference, right? I like micro ATX just in general the most. After that, ITX, and then like mid towers, and then full towers. Full towers is bottom tier for me. But the PC case and form factor is such a subjective thing. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just dependent on the individual. So, N2 Tech, what's up? Nothing like talking tech and folding towels. What's up? What's up? We got Gaming PC Nerd with the $10 super chat. Thank you for that, by the way. Hey there, just wanted to say hello for a minute or two. I wanted to ask you a quick question. How is Tim the Cat doing? Does he still hang out at your house? First of all, I appreciate the $10 super chat. So, wait, did I not tell the story of Tim to the stream yet? I might have in a previous week, but this is what happened. So Tim, from the LAN party stories video, do I have any pictures of Tim that I could put up real quick? Let me see. I can. Let's see. I need to put up a picture because Tim is so cute. I freaking love Tim. My wife sent me a bunch of them. But let me put up the picture before I can tell the story. Where's all them Tim pictures at? I know they're in here. Come on. Open message. Come on, where's the media files? Here we go. Where are they at? Oh, does Facebook not keep everything? No, it does. Okay. Tim is a bro. I have a photo of him, of me and him on your screensaver. Do you really, Jason? Is it the one where when you picked him up and we took that photo? Here we go, Tim. Alright, let's see if I can pull this up. Oh no, I gotta log in. Continue. Okay, so story about Tim the cat. This is one that my wife took actually in front of our house. So Tim visited us every single day. He's the neighborhood cat. He makes his rounds visiting the neighbors and stuff. But I think the thing about it is that, you know, I think most of the other neighbors ignored him, but because me and my wife, we love cats, so we would, like, you know, hang out with him, especially in the summertime. It was amazing. I just sat on the porch, hung out with him for, you know, pet him and played with him and stuff like that. But one day we saw on our camera, we have cameras set up around the house and the Ring doorbell and stuff. One day we saw Tim just kind of like walking around the neighborhood in the middle of the street. And we see an SUV pull up and stop, like right in the middle of the street, because Tim is just hanging out right in the middle of the street, not giving a care about getting run over, apparently. So the lady gets out of her SUV, looks around, and then she comes to our doorbell thinking that Tim belongs to us, but he doesn't. He belongs to some neighbors on the backside of our fences. And she rings our doorbell, but we weren't home. But we got the doorbell notification and stuff later on. So then we can see from our camera that she then takes a look at Tim's tag, which has his phone number on it, his owner's phone number. And we see her calling. We can't hear the conversation because it's just through the cameras, and she started to walk away. But what I'm thinking is, she called the owners and said something along the lines of, hey, your cat is like just walking around in the middle of the street and can get hit by a car or something. So after that day that happened, we didn't see Tim in the neighborhood anymore. So what I'm thinking is Tim got grounded and his owners took him in and didn't let him outside anymore. I don't know if this is a permanent thing. I'm hoping not, because I do miss Tim a lot. And I hope when spring and summer rolls around, his owner lets him back outside. Because we haven't seen Tim for probably like 3 or 4 months now. So yeah, I think that's the story. Tim's grounded. It is unsafe for them to wander, yeah. But Tim is very much an outdoor cat. Like, for the few years that we've known him, he's always been outside. I don't, like, can you just take an outdoor cat like that and just force it to be inside? Wouldn't it get, like, rowdy and rambunctious and stuff like that? Yeah, Tim might have been converted to an indoor cat, so I might have to try to find, or, you know, go over to the neighbor's house and say, hey, can we see Tim and visit him and play with him? Because, yeah, we do miss him. Get your own Tim? Okay. Melissa is deathly allergic to cats. Like, anytime we have the cats over when we babysit, her allergies goes crazy. We have been on and off about thinking about adopting a cat, but we've never pulled the trigger because of her allergies. Like, yeah, and among other reasons, right? It's kind of like that saying, the best kind of dog is your friend's dog, or like the best kind of boat is your friend's boat. Having a pet to just play with, but not have to have all the other things, like when you travel and stuff, having to find someone to take care of them and stuff like that, which sounds very selfish, I know, but that's not even like with all that being factors, we still lean towards wanting a cat. But I think the allergies is the biggest thing. Like, we don't want to, if we had a cat around full time, year round, if my wife's allergy gets bad, I don't want to have to put the cat up, right? So, for adoption, so. Traveling is definitely, yes, I know, because when other people travel, we are babysitters for pets. Like, the other, let me see if I have the picture of the other 2 cats. Because you guys have seen the other cats either on stream or on in videos. Like, here's Remy. Here's the one that we babysit a lot. My sister-in-law, when they like, we babysit them even when they're not traveling sometimes, just because we want to see them. But yeah. Sounds Jason says, sounds like a her problem. That is true. Yeah, so there's Tim, and then the other one that we also babysit, which I've actually made a video on. Let me see. And then here's Atlas. So yeah, we love cats. We just have not pulled the trigger on adopting one. We talk about it often. We like every time we see cute cat videos and stuff like that. So yeah, here are the three cats that were in our lives, or are in our lives. We got Atlas, we got Remy, and then we got Tim. Andy, you must have missed it, but the next LAN is looking like late March to early April. It had to get pushed due to scheduling conflicts, you know, among 14 people trying to get a free weekend in. So yeah, we had to push it from end of February to a month out. So what about hairless? No, so I don't think hairless cats would affect their allergies, but I think just like preference wise in terms of like the types of cats that we like, I'm not sure if we've seen a hairless one that like, you know, that we really adored. So, and I've heard about the diets that make them hypoallergenic, but I haven't seen like any evidence of it being like super effective. But no, you're right. I have heard about not only like diets, but isn't there like types of shampoos and stuff you could use as well? So yeah, there's multiple ways to I guess try to like mitigate it, but I think it works to varying degrees from what I've read online. So yeah, maybe she can just deal with it. She's tough. Yeah. Yeah. The next LAN is being hosted at James's house. So back at James's. We haven't been there since I think February of 2022. So coming up on 2 years. Was Remy named after the Ratatouille movie? Yeah, I think so. How about a dog? No, okay. So, most of my life, I thought I was a dog person. You know, I used to not really like cats until like the last, I don't know how many, 5-6 years or something. Which means most of my life, until like pretty late into adulthood, I was not a cat person. Until I started having cats around me more, like people closer in my life with cats, I didn't realize how awesome of animals they were. So, yeah. I used to think dogs were cooler, but then now, dogs are even... Dude, cats being able to use the restroom by themselves is like such a pro in my book, compared to dogs, which they require more effort, which, I mean, you know, it depends on what kind of pet owner you want to be. I would be more probably a laid back one, but I think cats being able to even potentially learn to use the toilet themselves, like straight up the toilet, not a litter box, being able to be trained to do that. I guess dogs can probably be trained to do that too, but still, yeah, cats find their own way of getting exercise, which do not require being let out and walked on a regular schedule compared to dogs. And they're smaller, they eat less, their poops are not as big. I don't know. There's pros and cons to both pets, but I think I'm definitely more of a cat person. Jason says, when I go to someone's house and their hellhounds are just jumping all over you and scratching you and shitting on the floor. Yeah. So Jason definitely sounds like he's not a dog person. Dogs are more maintenance, right? And I don't know, is that for people who don't want to put as much work or effort, does that make them bad pet owners? I don't think so. There's preferences for all things in life, which pets included. As long as you love and take care of them and give them a good, healthy life, I think having a preference of a lower maintenance pet, there's no issues with. So. How old are you? I'm turning 35 this summer. So I'm 34 right now. Yeah, exactly. Price to performance, cats are the superior answer. They last longer, less maintenance, more casual. Yeah. Will Tim be back for next LAN? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to go knock on the neighbor's door and see what's the situation with Tim being let out. we actually have other cats in the neighborhood that we see walking around all the time. There's a black cat as well as an orange cat, but Tim was the only one that came to our door, or that like walked up to us, hung out, and then became a close friend. What about getting an no, I don't think I've ever been into snakes or lizards. I'm not afraid of them or anything. It's just what's it called, reptiles in a fish tank essentially case, I'm not as interested. I remember Tim walking inside your house and Melissa freaking out. Tim's so cool. Yeah, she got used to it. Time to turn down Windows. Wait, what happened? Time to JG. Is this directed for me or for somebody else? Time to turn down the Windows system. Oh, did a Windows system sound just go off super crazy loud? I didn't. So I turned my speakers down because I don't need to hear my own background music. But I didn't realize that the Windows. Oh yeah, my system sound was set to a 2. And it still came through pretty loud. I'm just gonna set it to a 0. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, everything on my my volume mixer is normal levels, and system sound was down to a 2. But kind of crazy how loud it is still coming through. But okay. Cats will eat you if you pass away. Dogs won't. I don't know. I thought I read stories of a dog eating its owner after, it was after the owner passed away. So I don't know if this statement is true or not. Yeah, I think any animal is gonna eat whatever it can to survive, given a long enough time. Probably a pug. They're not real dogs. Yeah. Okay. So I had mine set to 2%, and even so, you're saying even at 1%, Windows doesn't understand what 1% is. Yeah, Windows is. Okay, let's see. So Jason, have you even started playing Seasons of Discovery Phase 2 yet? I mean, I'll hop on eventually, but for some reason I have, like, how do you feel about it? For anyone who's playing WoW Seasons of Discovery, I don't know. Phase 2 is when we get mounts, when we get Scarlet Monastery, Nomragon and stuff like that. But for some reason, I don't have that feeling of excitement for it. Yeah, like, I'm going very consistent on hardcore WoW, but Seasons of Discovery it's not scratching the MMO itch for me. I mean, yeah, maybe if, once my warrior gets the talents and new gear and stuff like that, it might be, more buttons to press essentially. I might feel more into it, but yeah, just Phase 1 just didn't do it for me. Hardcore could be taken away. I mean, yeah. But that's the thrill of it, right? And my hunter's almost 60, so if I lose my warrior, I'll have my 60 hunter. So, but okay, here's the thing though. I've made it through hardcore. I've made it through multiple AQ20, ZG, BWL, and MC clears, like full clears. Not only the thrill of it, but like it shows that if you are in the right mindset and if you're doing things methodically, you can play the end game at hardcore. You just can't be stupid about it. Like, a lot of the deaths is not due to disconnects or bugs. A lot of deaths, and I've seen them, is from people being complacent. So, at the end of the day, that's on like the player. That's like their own fault. If it does happen to a bug or something, yeah, that really sucks. But I have the little indicator that says anytime a person dies. A lot of the times, it's due to people making careless mistakes. So, that's true. But Jason, you and I were both strangers at one point in time as well. You make friends with the strangers. Edward Williams I play retail for ahead of the curve. And what's ROIC? BIS? For ROIC BIS best in slot for WoW? What is ROIC? Oh, heroic. Yeah, okay. Heroic to your best in slot. Okay, so you play like the like end game, kind of. I'm not gonna call it sweaty, but like on the more sweatier side instead of less casual. Okay. Yeah. Damien says, Danny, I know a few different people with cats with allergies. The diets and shampoos do work in their experience at least. Yeah, so maybe we could try with my sister-in-law's cats. We could offer to buy, or maybe for the holidays or for birthdays or something, buy them cat shampoos and food that help with the allergies, and then babysit the cats and see if that helps. And that could be like the testing grounds of if me and Melissa end up getting a cat. Probably 2 cats, right? Most of the time, most people, almost everybody I know has more than 1 cat so that the cats can interact and play with each other. I don't know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't think I know anybody that has only 1 single cat. So yeah, if we got a cat, it would be at least 2 cats. What do I believe is the intended use for the ARC A380? Esports? Esports display output. How much are the A380s? Those are like $120, right? Yeah, so the intended use is for very low graphics processing. Like you can use it for games, older games, esports games, but also as a dedicated solution for like video encode decode, right? You could use it alongside another card that you have in your system. So as a dedicated sole card in the system, it has kind of limited use cases, but that's a given because it's near $100. It took my old WoW guild like 2 months of attempts to kill Razor Gore, and it was glorious. Dude, it's so crazy how, with so much knowledge there is in WoW, what a Razor Gore fight looks like in present day versus what it looked like back in like 2005. We used to do the kiting strategy where you didn't kill the mobs that spawned. You just grabbed aggro and then freaking ran up the ramp, jumped around, and just continued until all the eggs were destroyed. Nowadays, you do so much damage that you just kill everything almost instantly as they pop out of the gate. So, yeah, it like modern day classic WoW versus vanilla 2000, early 2000s WoW is such a different game. Yep, the hunters shot like serpent stings, distracting shots, arcane shots, got enough aggro, and then just aspect of the cheated around and hope they didn't get hit while the eggs were being destroyed. Yeah. Alright, so we are pretty much a little bit past the 2-hour mark. Very fun stream. Let's see. As you can see in the back here, I do have the system that I was talking about. I ended up having to find a GTX 1070 to replace the 580 that I was gonna have in it based on the discussion we had in a couple of streams ago. So yeah, we're looking at kind of like a 2015, wait, probably closer to 2016, 2017 era of a PC here. Basically used parts, sub $400 for the next build PC build video. I'm still working with the sponsor on the ad spot that's going on this video, but that's gonna be the next video coming out. I have a YouTube Shorts dropping tomorrow, and then of course, you know, stream should be back on Wednesday next week. So I'm just gonna spend the next 5-10 minutes hanging out in chat and just talking about whatever while we kind of tone down the stream for the rest of the night. I was gone for a bit. Have you? No. Well, I did look at whatever stream submissions that were posted. Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Sorry, I didn't notice you posted this an hour ago. Because I didn't get the notification because I'm using a browser-based Discord right now. But so you built this during the stream, waiting to paint the ring on the CPU cooler. Wait, waiting for the paint on the ring on the CPU cooler to dry. But imagine a white ring there. 3600 1070. Ooh, another 1070. Come on, let me zoom out. 36. So a Ryzen 3600 GTX 1070 that you painted a while ago and 16 gigabytes of RAM. Very clean looking build. You've got the signature ZTT carbon vinyl white, carbon fiber white vinyl on the power supply. You've got the black and white extension cables, kind of like a stormtroopery black and mostly white build here. Isn't it funny how like back then even the nicer or even higher end cards, a lot of them still didn't even have back plates. They just kind of like had exposed PCBs. But yeah, very clean looking build. How much are you gonna try to sell this for? I'm thinking something like this, like in the anywhere in the I don't know what deals you could have gotten on this. Anywhere from $400 to $500 maybe is what you would list it for. Okay, you said 450 to 500. Yeah, so spot on with what I would think they're worth. Like, I don't think many people are gonna pay upwards of $600 because you're starting to creep into like you could get an all new PC for $600 with definitely better specs. So yeah, 450 to 500 with your labor put in. That sounds fair for a PC build like this. Oh, that was an HP card. Okay, got it. You have 6 1070s right now. 3 of them are in builds, and I don't remember if you told the story or not. Did you buy them individually, or did you get like a bulk miner offloading his cards? 1070s, I think are still pretty solid cards. You know, they're getting pretty old, but they're still very capable. What do you think of the ROG Strix Scar? What are we looking at here? Oh my goodness. You're talking about these high-end laptops? I'm not super familiar with the Scar line of laptops. But if they're pushing up to like $3 to $4 grand, that's beyond what I normally like. When I look at gaming laptops, I still look for price to performance. It's like, what is the fattest GPU and CPU they can fit in there? Even if the rest of like the shell is, you know, very mediocre and like low key, that's what I'm going for. And I don't know, with laptop, I personally feel like I would never ever want a laptop that has something like a 4090, maybe even a 4080 in it, just because it's not the same as the desktop variant of the card, of course, but the premium they charge, because laptops are very limited in their form factor and what they, you know, you've got to be very precise with the cooling solution and all that to fit, and power delivery and all that to fit such a powerful card in the laptop. That, I mean, price to performance, it just becomes ridiculously like bad. It like higher end PCs, I already give a hard time for price to performance, right? Laptops, it's even worse. And then if anything goes wrong with your laptop, you can't fix that yourself. Laptops pretty much have to be sent in to the manufacturer or to a specific repair shop that is going to charge you an arm and a leg to repair. So just for me, laptops is not something I would ever want to sink, you know, multiple thousands of dollars into. I'm okay with like a $1,500 laptop that has like a, you know, 4070 in it or something. But pushing these $3,000 to $4,000 high-end 4090 laptops, to me, it just makes no sense. I'm sure there's a use case for it. I'm sure there's people with money who want to buy those, but that's not the area that I operate in. Unless it's a framework. Says that's a good point, though I'm still skeptical about framework and their longevity and their support for it. I want to see from the first, you know, mass-produced gaming framework laptop, how many generations of future hardware is that first one going to support? Framework as an idea is very cool, and I think over time it could become something that's closer to like desktop swapping, you know, swap and play parts, but I still think it's pretty early, and I'm very skeptical about the compatibility that's going to have like long term with how you know how long you can have a framework laptop for, and how many years you could actually upgrade it while keeping the shell like you can with a desktop case. And they're still very pricey, exactly. Hopefully they do stay true to their promises, but the Smash TV network, if you have enough for a 4090, if you have the $4,000 for a ROG Strix Scar 18 4090, I mean, a 4090 versus a 4070, the price difference between the two is so huge. I don't know how that could be a question if you are able to buy it without really batting an eye at the cost. Just go with the 4090. Like, you are in that category of I have this much to spend on a PC where price almost doesn't matter. Just go with the 4090. It's kind of like how to tell if somebody is rich is when they don't really ask about the price of things. There's that saying, right? How can you tell if somebody's rich? When they buy things without really considering the cost. Clinged, I did not stream yesterday. I stream only once a week, and we moved it to today. The 4070 sucks for streaming? I don't know if this is a true statement. Even the mobile version, I don't think this is a true statement. People are streaming with much worse than a 4070 mobile. I don't know. Maybe you had bad luck, or there's something wrong with your system or your 4070, but I think for the most part, a 4070 should not give you any issues. Yeah. There's something else going on in the system, I'm thinking. Which reminds me, last thing. I know I'm not supposed to pull up the browser, but I totally forgot to bring this up tonight as we were talking about stuff. Where's the... Okay. Did any of you see this Reddit post? This just came across my feed on my phone, and I thought this was like the funniest thing. So this is on /r AMD help. I hate my RX 7900 XTX. I'm gonna post this, by the way, for you guys to look at it if you wanted to see it. But this person claims I did about 7 RMAs since I bought my 7900 XTX Red Devil from Power Color on March 2023, and every card came with a different problem. First things first, all 7 out of 7 cards have slight artifacting issues, rarely noticeable on some occasions, and reached a whopping 90-degree junction temperature when the card is maxed out. This might be acceptable, I thought. Maybe it has to do with the drivers, I thought. Okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of it, but I thought this was a funny post because they received 0 upvotes and almost 700 comments. So this is a case of, bro, I don't know if it's the graphics card that was the issue. I think this is a you issue. When you're RMAing a card 7 different times, there's something wrong with your system or the way that you're using the card, like in terms of like, you know, well, I guess you can't really set up a graphics card wrong per se, but most of the people who chimed into this thread are saying, yeah, there's something else going on with your system. Should have gone Sapphire. I'm 10% joking. I bet it's this monitor or something. If you go 0 out of 7 on your GPUs, it's not the GPU's fault. Exactly, right? People are thinking it might be his memory, like his system memory, his RAM, or like his SSD, or something else that has the issue. But I would agree with them. I don't think the chances of getting 7 out of 7 RMAs having issues is not on the card. But this was hilarious. There's like so many comments replying. People are like, "Is this like an AMD hit piece?" So yeah. I was reminded of the story because Smash TV Network said the 4070 sucks at streaming. I'm like, I don't know about that. I think the 4070 for the most part should be fine. It might be a specific one that you have or something else going on in your system. It's what made me think of that Reddit post. AMD is far from that bad. Yeah. Sapphire for the win, only card I use for AMD. Honestly, like Sapphire, Power Color, and then if we're talking about like what companies only specifically make AMD cards? XFX, Sapphire, and Power Color. Is it those 3, or am I missing some? I think that might be it. That are exclusive AMD add-in board partners. But yeah, I mean, I've used all, have not had any issues that make me kind of lean towards one brand or the other. But no, Asus makes NVIDIA too, so they don't count. I'm talking about AMD exclusive board partners. Yeah, it's just those 3 off the top of my head. ASRock used to... Oh yeah, good point. But they do Intel now. Staying207 says, I'll be going to Japan in March. Are PC prices good since the exchange rate is so good? It ends up working out pretty evenly. So, when I was in Japan, every time we went to like some, like either a smaller PC shop or like a mega store, the prices, the exchange rate was good. I don't know what the exchange rate right now in Japan is. When we went, it was like 130 to a dollar. Japanese yen exchange rate. I'm not sure if it's gotten better or worse. To 1 USD. So 1 USD right now is worth 150. Wow, that's even better. So the thing is though, because the US already has the best like prices, you get the benefit of the good exchange rate, $1 US to 150 Japanese yen. But then for other reasons, like Jason is saying, like due to inflated like taxes and just like, I think the US gets a lot of passes for how we get these parts. So like tariffs and taxes and stuff like that, right? So even then, with the good exchange rate, it evens itself out with all these other reasons for why PC parts are expensive around the world. So there was nothing, like, I never found a PC part that I thought like, oh, this is worth me buying here because it's cheaper than in the US. It was still cheaper to buy the US part, and I didn't have to deal with lugging it in my luggage. So I didn't pick up any PC parts in Japan because of that. Yeah. Brian from Techia City, who switches his time between Australia and Japan, would definitely be able to give a more in-depth answer. I know Brian still finds like used deals in Japan, and I think he even buys sometimes like stuff from department stores in his videos from Japan. But wherever I came across, I didn't see any deals worthwhile. So yeah, just go to China to buy PC parts. Akihabara has maid cafes, which the US does not have. I did not go to any of the maid cafes. I don't think Melissa would have been happy about that if we did. But I'm very curious what it would have been like. Like if I ever had a boys trip to Japan, like me and the boys, we would probably check one out. But hello, love. What? Melissa just heard me. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm wrapping up now. I don't think she fully heard what I was saying. She just heard the boys trip part. We're just talking about Japan PC part pricing. That's it, you know?
Going on a boys trip?
I said if we ever went on a boys trip.
Yeah, I'm a boy, right?
Yes. She came in, yes. She came in right on time. Exactly. Juan says, thank you for everything you do. I really enjoy your channel. I could use some advice. 5800 X3D. You have a 5800 X3D with the 4090? Should you upgrade to AM5? Again, we're gonna go back to when you're using your system, does it feel like your 5800 X3D for the games, resolution, and settings you're playing at? Is your 5800 X3D being bottlenecked to the point where you want to spend additional money to upgrade your RAM, your processor, and motherboard? Because that is hundreds of dollars in upgrade. I can't answer that question for you, but if I had a 5800 X3D and 4090, I could make that work. I would sit happy with it and wait maybe a generation or two and then update the CPU. The 5800 X3D is still very capable and it's not that old. Like, I don't know. Well, I'm just very money conscious, so. And the wife radar, exactly. She knows. Joseph got lucky with their 4080 Super on launch day. It finally came today. Wait, you bought it on launch day and it came so about a week shipping? Because it launched last Wednesday, right? That was when it went live, the listings. Dang, that feels like a really long time for shipping in the US, anyways. If you're in the US, I feel like most stuff in the US is like 2 to 3 days from the major online retailers. From Best Buy, okay, maybe Best Buy's a little slower. But alright, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this stream, y'all. Thank you as always for a very successful lively chat, lively topics as always. Yeah, be on the lookout for, oh yeah, Super Bowl's coming up this weekend for anyone who cares about that. So yeah, I think we are technically, my wife anyway, is rooting on the Chiefs because she is a Taylor Swift fan. You don't care? Okay. She says she doesn't care. I watch football just because I don't really like follow teams closely or like root on teams. I could put on any game and watch it just to like watch, you know, the cool plays and athleticism. So yeah, I'm just gonna be watching. I don't really care who wins, but it's just fun to watch. So yeah, and then the Usher halftime, right? So yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your week and weekend coming up. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. We should be back on Wednesday stream, as well as any other YouTube shorts or content that releases till then. Discord is in the description. But yeah, other than that, take it easy, y'all. Have a good night.